go. Let's go! You're listening to the All Burgundy and Gold Everything Commanders post-game show powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio, 96.9 FM at 1340 AM, Hopewell, Virginia. Like I knew he was going to do it. The Washington Commanders beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 23-20 wildcard game. What's good, fellas? What is good?
Woo!
Yo. I'm super excited, dog. I'm here.
I'm here.
Yo.
I'm here.
Ooh.
I'm all for it.
Man.
I'm here. We here.
Man.
Ain't been this pumped since I seen Edge return to
Man. Oh man, that was a big deal too, bro.
Deuces, Buccaneers. Man. Deuces.
Can we say it? You know what? Put that jersey up. Put them number 2s up.
Brown,
what time is it? What time is it? Put them 2s up.
It's Tar Heel.
Put them 2s up.
It's Tar Heel time, baby.
Folks are trying to run that man out of town. Put them 2s up.
I've been telling you.
He becoming that guy. Dyami's becoming the next guy.
All season, everybody has been counting my man 2 out. 2 has done nothing but showed up, played his role, did his role, block when he's supposed to block, make the catches when he's supposed to catch. Yeah, you're going to have some drops. That's what receivers. That's what happens. But in a critical time, the wild card game of the playoff, in that moment where he was called upon, he did that. And he did that in big time fashion today. Everybody knows who Dyami Brown is after tonight, baby.
He's a household name now.
Household name.
Prime time.
Household name. We all know who Dyami Brown is now. Look, Paul, what you saying, Paul? We got number 2, right?
Brown.
We got number 2, right? We got number 2 right now, right? It's not just. It wasn't just make. No, we don't get. You know what? We gonna get into all that because I got a lot to say. I got a lot. I'm losing my voice. I'm gonna tell you. I was in it. I was in the mix. I muted my phone. That's how bad. How mad I was starting to get. DH, I saw your text. I had to mute stuff. I was mad. Okay, folks texting me left and right. I had to mute folks, man. I was getting mad. My brother had to mute my brother. I was like, yeah, you bad luck right now. I can't talk to you right now.
Yeah,
that's where I was at.
I had to go to the car for a minute. I was telling my wife, I'm going to the car. I got to grab something now and go to the car. When I come upstairs, Baker Mayfield had fumbled. I'm like, You better get in the end zone. You better get in the end zone.
Man, I was.
But I'm not.
Man. Before we get into this game, we got to still knock out some particulars. Hey, man, subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search All Burgundy and Gold Everything. Tweet us at ABG_everything. Hit us up on IG at AG_everything and TikTok at ABG_everything. If you want to hit us with a super chat, put it out there, man. We feeling the vibes right now. So you know what time it is. Tonight, and make sure you subscribe to our All Burgundy and Gold Everything YouTube channel too. Hit that red subscribe button, like this video. Our post-game show is also being streamed on the Urban Sports Scene X handle. All right, man. First off, man, I'm sorry with you. George. Always love your emotion, man. How your overall thoughts on this game, bro?
I was just a bag of nerves the whole damn game because I was okay with going for it on the first 4th down, but I think it cost us later because when we went for it again and didn't get it, I think we've lost this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what Liam Cohen was trying with whatever that was between McMillan and Baker Mayfield, but that saved the game for us. And Jayden Daniels doing it again on 3rd down, on 4th down. Again, there ain't many rookie quarterbacks that are doing this, maybe none.
None.
Seriously, that man is clutch in a way that I'm trying to think of a quarterback for Washington that was clutch like this. I mean, because I can think of, like in Dallas, you're talking about Staubach used to do stuff like this, going way back. If you're talking about San Francisco, you're talking about Montana. If you're talking about New England, you're talking about Brady. Jayden Daniels, and of course, Kansas City, you talk about Mahomes. Jayden Daniels was making plays like that on 3rd and 4th down where the whole crowd is going crazy and they think they're one play from winning the game, and Jayden Daniels just takes their heart. It's so unbelievable.
Mo on IG. What's up, Mo? Commanders win a playoff game. This is amazing. Yeah, it definitely is, bro. Go ahead, DH, man. Your vibe. Well, Glenn, let me start with you, Glenn. Your vibe, bro.
DH, I'm watching something real quick. Go to DH.
DH, your vibe,
man.
Bro.
Listen, I am fighting the emotion right now, bruh. I'm telling you, man, this whole season has just been something that I've never seen before. And everything that happens with this team, I feel like I am locked right in with it, bro. I'm on the edge of my seat the entire game. I'm standing up in front of the TV. Glenn saw me when we first came on. I'm jumping around. You know, my vertical has gone up a little bit because I've been jumping around, man. And it's crazy, bro, man. I feel like this team is a team of destiny, bro. Like we've had at every opportunity where you could count us out, bro. We just never folded, bro. We stayed in the game every opportunity. And then with the perfect ending to this story, with a kicker has been a problem all year. He made all field goals today. And at the end of the game, dunked it in, bro. Like, where does that happen at? The WWE script writers can't make it better than that, bro. Like, so just for it to happen, and I'm just so excited, man. This team has, I'm just gonna say this, man. And before we get into everything else, man, this team has done so much more for the fans than I believe that they know.
Yeah, man.
This team has brought back some emotion. This team has brought back the love of the game to this DMV area and across the land. We got guys, we got my man Cody in Utah tuned in right now. We got people in Cali. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all as y'all go through the fires. We got people down south. We got people up north. We got people overseas watching this team and is locked in with this team. And trust me, the team feels it. The team knows that everybody's on their side. And this is a different ball club. This is a different regime. This is a different team. We're not the Redskins. We're not the football team. We're the GD Commanders, bro. And I'm telling you, we are going to levels that nobody here on this thing. We all of age, but we ain't seen it in our adult lives. This team is going places, and they're going places very fast. And I want y'all to put y'all seatbelts on because we're going some places very quickly. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're playing a lot of January football for the next couple years, maybe even February football.
Yeah, you know, I agree with DH. But what I was watching, Bobby Wagner, Jayden Daniels, and Terry McLaurin get game ball and the conversations at the end. And what I like about it, you got the three leaders, right? And I know Dyami had a great night tonight, but it started with him hitting up with Terry McLaurin on the deep ball early, right? So they had to go double Terry McLaurin. They had to do something different for McLaurin, which could allow Dyami Brown the opportunity to get open. You saw Bobby Wagner not give up, right? And really what made the difference in this game, and I hate to say it, and we not hate to say it, but you can tell it, Daron Payne leaving the game made a difference.
Yeah, it did.
Right. If you watch when Daron Payne left the game, that's when they was able to get the run. But Daron Payne was valuable. But this team right here, now before we get to all that, since 2005, this team won the playoff game. They beat the Bucs in 2005. This team won on a football game. This team did it with a rookie quarterback. This team did it with a brand new head coach. This team did it with a new coaching staff. This team did it with 33 new players. This team did it with a new GM. Team did it with a new owner who's only been really in charge, really his program within a year. If they don't win another game, right, this season right here has already been a season to change the culture of the Washington Commanders community, right, of the Washington fans. I see somebody say, I've been a fan for 54 years and never seen anything like this, right? That's what you're talking about. My kids were in here jumping around. My daughter was jumping around. In their lifetime, they never seen this. My son comes home early from watching the game with his friends, so I want to be home to see the end, right, with y'all, because you never seen they haven't never seen the Commanders at this level. You know, they've been the laughing stock, right? You've been the Washington football team, right? What the WTF, right? So you've been a lot of different things. But what you can call this team tonight is a winner of the only road team to win a wild card game.
One.
This year, right? This team has exceeded expectations, and they don't even have their own staff. This is not their players they really brought in. This was with players that. So when you can imagine when they start putting their pieces in the play, and you have a quarterback, again, I don't think we realize we didn't see Tressway tonight except for holding kicks. No punts. Right? That's right. Punts tonight.
I didn't even realize that.
No punts tonight. So again, this offense stayed on the field, had long drives, right? It could have been even worse. Shouldn't even have came down to this, and we get to Dan Quinn
We'll get to all that later, yeah.
Later, but again, Washington wins. Excited about the fact they're moving on to Detroit. A fact that enjoy this one for today and tomorrow. And excited for the Commanders and the organization, the fans. I'm looking forward to see how many bandwagon fans that come out the woodworks now to jump on this bandwagon. Because that's George. You know I'm telling the truth, George. George, that's why you laugh. You know I'm telling the truth. It's some people that had put the Washington Commanders to bed, that they thought they was dead. This is a laughing stock, and now everybody is lining up to be a Commanders fan. Whether they win next week or not, everybody's lining up to be a Commanders fan.
We're that underdog team now, man.
So all right, here we go now. All right. That's what I thought about this game. It's freaking amazing. This game's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I like George, I remember I was watching when I was in church, and I think you were shaking or something for one of was it the Chicago Bears game you were shaking? You said you were shaking or whatever.
Yes. That was the game. I
was shaking today, man. Yeah. I ain't never think I had that type of emotion I've had in such a long time, but I was shaking. Like going through this whole process, going through that last drive was the most heart-wrenching thing in my life, I think. In a long time. I'm being a little over the top, but in a long time. And that last drive, like the big plays, man, Dyami getting that pass up the middle and things of that sort, like knowing that you had to get big third downs and Terry, like it was just when you felt good about the game. Then obviously that Mike Evans goes ham, and then we couldn't stop him at times. And then you got big plays from Terry, and then they fumble. And then that fourth down, you need a play. And there you go. There you go again. There go that man. We saw it last week of Marcus Mariota. And then we see it this week. We see it this week when the quarterback needs a dude. When folks said they wasn't the number one out here.
Tell it.
When you need a freaking catch. You need a big play. You put up 17.
Testify.
That's what when you see stuff like that, you just get so proud of this team, man. Like when I see stuff like that, I'm proud because I know, right there, that justifies everything that folks like Ocho Cinco said and all these other receivers said about 17. He a bad dude when you give him a quarterback. He got a quarterback, and you see how bad this dude is. And it's not just because he can make a catch, get you 89 yards or whatever it was. It's when you get them catches. It's when you need them. That deep pass, that was a beautiful pass by Jayden, but Terry making that play, a contested play. When you need it, he got it. This team makes me so proud to be a Commanders Redskin fan, period. Stuff like that, that show of passion, that show of fire. There's one thing, and you said, George, and I totally agree with you, bro. When Five got the ball with 4 minutes, 3 minutes, you feel good. You feel good. It ain't damn, man, he gonna throw a pick, isn't he? Or it ain't gonna be man, he ain't gonna come through. No, you when Five's in it, he got that drive, that 2-minute drive. You all right, use your timeouts. He got this. Five got this. How you gonna stop Five? How are you gonna stop Five? That's all you thinking about is how are you gonna stop Five? Man, this team is special, bro. I don't care. I want to see everybody. I want all the smoke. Come on, Detroit. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. You
choking ass franchise. You had won nothing in 60 years, and you coming up against NFL royalty.
We on one. Let's get it.
That's right.
Look, underdogs. That's all I was talking about. We were the better team. We gave up points. That's my point. We gave up points. We ain't scoring the red zone. We were the better team tonight. We just made it a little harder, but we were the better team tonight. Come on, man.
They already showing.
What's up, Al? Let's go. That's right. Let's go.
How about our people in Florida? How about all our burgundy and gold fans? Terry Chance, defense chance.
MVP.
I could hear
MVP chance.
The Redskins on the television. Washington took the stadium over yet again.
You know what? I want to go with what Wally said. We were the better team tonight, right? The better team marched down the field. Better team was able. If it wasn't for some penalties, this could have really went the other way for Tampa Bay. This Washington team came out. The coaching staff came out, and they were really aggressive. And I like the fact that they tell you know what, we're coming down here and we're not walking back any other way. We're gonna come back with a win. And if we're gonna lose, we're gonna lose die trying, right? We're gonna lose we're gonna lose, just giving everything that we have. And I love the fact what you can see from every player, right? And I agree with you. When 4 minutes had left and JD had the ball, there was no doubt in my mind, right, that Washington wasn't gonna go score. And take my hat off. I didn't see you guys pregame out celebrating the wife's birthday. I wanted to make sure here, but Austin Eckler was my MVP.
Man.
Austin, to have Austin Eckler back and have the Austin Eckler back on this offense means a lot. Austin Eckler with the big catch. Austin Eckler with the run. Austin Eckler with the block. Some things we don't see. Austin Eckler makes this offense that much better. And I love the fact that it was there. Love the fact that Jayden Daniels was able to run the ball when he wanted to, when he could. It is so great to see when you start seeing teams from and they redemption, right? Every team that they lost, the majority team, every team they had to play
every
again.
Team this year,
nobody's beaten us twice,
and no one beat them. No one beat them twice, right? No one beat them twice. They came back. They relived themselves from Tampa. And this team is gelling at the right time, right? And we ain't saying, no one may say it, but we're gonna say it here first. They're on a 6-game winning streak.
Yeah, they are. Yo,
they're hot right now. And I don't care if people say, oh, it's close games, win games. All I gotta do is win by a point, and I win. I don't want to hear all that because no one says it when I said it last week. No one says it when Kansas City does it, right? Nobody calls it a luck when Kansas City do it. Don't call it when the Washington Commanders do it because if you look at the stats, they really dominated this game except for that 1 minute and 8 seconds in the second quarter where they let them march down the field, and then we'll talk about that in a minute too. But this team they answered every bell tonight. If this was a heavyweight fight, they answered whatever Tampa Bay did, Washington was able to do again, and they was able to get the W. And it's great. Shout out to that Josh Harris, that coaching staff, Adam Peters, everyone there. This is in my eyes, and people can argue, this is by one of the best turnarounds. Even if they don't win a Super Bowl, win another game, this is one of the best turnarounds in history.
Oh, absolutely.
From 4-13 to where they're at now, and let's say 13 wins. Yo, this is one of the best turnarounds there is in football.
Yo.
I want to say this. I'm gonna read an IG comment. City K Rivers said, I've been a fan since 1985, so I just want to give that individual their flowers. That's what's up. All right, go ahead. Who DH? You want to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, y'all gotta. So a couple minutes ago, I was turned around looking at the TV, and I was just cheesing from ear to ear. Y'all gotta do yourself a favor and go hear Bram's call. They played Tarico and them just went to Bram's call in London. Yo,
they'd be crazy.
The call itself just embodies what every fan was feeling, right? Just and Bram has been the narrator of the whole season, just with all his calls, and it's just the excitement, the passion, and everything that you feel when he calls. Because that's how everybody was on the couch, right? I'm sitting here, I'm standing up, bro. My stomach was in a knot all day long. You would have thought I was playing, bro. I was jittery. I couldn't sit still.
Exactly.
I was cleaning up. I was just doing everything. I was like, okay, I gotta be focused, gotta do some work. I couldn't relax. And then the game came on and I stood up for 3 hours. When I'm texting you the whole time, Wally, like I'm standing up, bro. Like I'm up. I'm first quarter. I'm stretching, bro. I'm up stretching, bro. Like an old man. I'm just up standing stretching. I could not take it, bro. It's so much. But the relief that you get from them actually doing what they said they were going to do, man. Like you said, Glenn, this team's on a 6-game win streak, and it doesn't matter at this point how it gets done, as long as it gets done. And I said that previously on y'all show, bro. Like, I don't care about everything else because at this point, this is the second season. You can fix all the other stuff another time. However, the game is won is won, and for them to go out there and do it the way that they did it tonight, which, like I said, they pretty much had the game in tow. It kept it close, but you know, this team, we pretty much dominated the entire game, man. I mean, it was tough, man, and I was super nervous watching this whole game, man. I knew we were gonna get it done. It was just a matter of how we're gonna get it done. And then we see Dyami making big plays. You know, I'm going off. I'm quick to run to Twitter because everybody that's been giving my man smoke for they've been giving him smoke for 2 years, bro, and he's only done what the team has asked them to do. And for him to come out today and make some amazing plays in clutch situations, it's so beautiful to see, man. And like I said, man, JD5 is him, bro. I want to ask y'all this, man. Why was there any confusion about who the rookie of the year was going to be? Because Bo Nix definitely showed who he was today. But JD5, every opportunity in a winning moment, he does that. He goes out and wins. So it's never a question about who the rookie of the year is. It's Jayden Daniels, hands up or hands down. It doesn't matter.
Look, man.
His only competition was Brock Bowers, in my opinion.
That's it.
On that.
Well, you know what? It don't matter. He's JD5's rookie of the year. That's all.
Yeah.
He's winning. He's winning games. He's winning down the stretch. I mean, he's winning games in the postseason. Even postseason doesn't count when it comes to that reward, but he's just showing you right now what time he's on. Like he is. And like to what this game showed, like this team was like the better team. And that's why it was pissing me off that there was a chance for us to lose this game. Because I was just mad. I was starting to get real pissed off because I was like, come on, y'all, man, like we are dominating this game for real. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're the better team for real. Like we are marching down the field. We making them punt. We're not punting the football. Like we're giving up. We're letting points go. Like George, you say like the first fourth down, you didn't. I was mad they didn't kick the field goal. I was like 4th and 3, and they're not like a strong running team. Like there's no, and knowing that Coach Bowles likes to bring a blitz. That's not even a guarantee you're gonna get the play that you want. The 4th and 1 play I have an issue with because 4th and 1. I mean, 4th and 1, you can go for 4th and 1. But I'm like, take the points, man. Especially when Tampa already scored. Like, take the points. Take the points.
Can I say this too? Everything you just said is right. And the amazing thing is they dominated this game and their offensive line was Swiss cheese.
Oh, it was trash. George, you're right. Go ahead.
Imagine what Daniels can do if he has a decent offensive line, like a B offensive line, because that was a D today.
Right.
And
I don't want to hear nothing about Brian Robinson Jr.
He's running for his life most of the time.
I don't want to hear nothing about Brian Robinson Jr. or nothing like that. It was the offensive line that didn't allow them to get any rushing yards.
None of them could.
And none of them could get any rushing yards. But, you know, the 1 4th down that I'm mad at, after the pass interference, that whole series, I'm mad. I get mad in high school. You know, I walk away, and then one of my coaches watching, they already know. I get mad when you offensive coordinator and we're on the 1 yard line and you don't go in the center. I get pissed. I don't like the pistol on the 1 yard line. You should somehow in your play, everything that you scrimmage, everything that you do should have a quarterback. I don't care if it's McCaffrey. I don't care if it's Marcus Mariota. I don't care whoever it is. You should have somebody who is able to go in the center on 4th and 1 because you did it. On 3rd and 1, you put Marcus Mariota in the freaking game and picked up a first down. So guess what? 4th and 1, run the football. Your first play on 4th and 1, on first and 1, your first play was the guy who was it? The tight end, Bates. You put Bates out in the flats. We all know Bates don't catch footballs, and Jayden didn't pull the trigger there. He should have pulled the trigger.
That was on Jayden.
He had him pull the trigger, but you at that point the game swing. And you get a blessing. Yeah. You run the football. You run the football to win the game. You know, and they that comes back, and I'm like, man, this might bite them in the butt. But that whole series was off, and I'm like, dang, y'all don't get nothing out of it.
Well, that's my problem. I ain't like some of the, I mean, one, I don't run an option on the goal line in the NFL is ridiculous. That's just nasty work. Like then this the NFL running options it's just nasty work. Like, stop it. Like, that's a waste of a play. But at the end of the day, like Cliff was getting too cute. He was. But at the end of the day, he deserves some flowers too, because he schemed up some things. And to be fair to Cliff too and everybody else, like what George said is true. Like Coleman was getting whipped. Coleman was getting whipped. Like, I don't even know what that was, man. Like, like he was getting owned. I'm just calling it. He was getting owned.
Yeah, he was.
And truth be told, Vita Vea, we know what Vita Vea is, man. Like that, he a dog. He's one of the best D tackles in football, man. He's a man.
He ain't a damn receiver though, because Frankie Lou locked him up on that one.
Yeah. Receiver, but on that defense, he a problem. So when you try to that's why it's imperative. Like you try to get as close to the goal line as possible if you're gonna try and run it. It's got to be more of a direct hit rather than trying to stretch things out because he's gonna clear things up and he's gonna get this linebackers free so they can lose yards on run plays. So it's essential. But again, your guards got to win. Your guards and your tackles got to win, and they weren't winning. So it is what it is. But they had to do better, especially in the red zone. If I'm Dan Quinn looking in this team, I'm like, yo, we got to do better in the trenches because in the trenches we were the better team. They were
2 for 5 tonight. 2 for 5 in the red zone.
Terrible, man. No, it was terrible, bro. Because it was scoring drives. There were scoring plays, man. Those are like we had to literally that we had them in a situation where we normally score touchdowns. We were coming out with nothing because we were going for it. That was frustrating. It was really frustrating because then you're like, damn, man, we lose this game by like 6 or 7 points. You're gonna be going back to this and saying this is the reason why we lost. And I'm just glad I don't have to deal with that. I'm trying to stay positive. I'm staying positive. I ain't going to negative.
Yo, stay positive because
I'm staying positive. Hey, look, man, Dyami was great. Jayden was amazing.
Don't worry. We'll get the rest of the positive.
We'll get there. Terry was great. Eckler was amazing. I'm trying to be nice. Everybody else. I'm really trying.
There's one. I know we don't talk negative. We don't want to talk negative because it's a win. I got to be that guy because y'all was some people was ragging on me. He was getting it. If you're gonna talk about who I'm talking about,
Lattimore was getting. He was getting it, man. He was getting work.
He was getting that work tonight.
No, he was getting work.
Yes, he was.
No, he was getting work.
Yes, he was.
He was getting worked. He was getting worked. He was getting worked tonight.
Some said they think he's still hurt.
He was getting worked.
He didn't look healthy.
He didn't look healthy, but he was getting worked in the game before that. To be honest, the last game,
against the Eagles, he got worked in the Eagles game.
He got worked in the Eagles game.
The pass interference. I'm gonna be real. Like I didn't like the Eagles game. I'm not mad at the Eagles game because the Eagles game he got some BS pass interference calls that I thought were ridiculous. So he wasn't the one bomb in the slant, yeah. But some of those PIs were like ridiculous. But what Mike Evans did to him though was crazy.
He bodied him.
It was crazy.
Mike Evans bodied him. 6'5" bodied him. Yeah. He bodied him tonight.
No, he bodied and he abused him. Not just bodied him, he abused him for real.
Yeah.
And I first my brother because he was like, why? He was like, you a double standard. How come you ain't talking about Lattimore like you talk about St. Juice? And I was like, nah, man. Nah, I'm not going with your agenda.
Lattimore got a few more bad games before I put him in the St. Juice.
Lattimore can make up for it next week, though.
That's true. See, that's what I'm saying. That's
not the same category.
Nah, not at all.
But let me say this. Usually Lattimore. No, I just want to say this. Usually Lattimore does well against Mike Evans. This is like you see his stats. Usually, I think he averages like three catches of 44 yards.
He had battles that go back and forth.
He was doing well earlier, right? He was doing well earlier, right? And they figured out how to scheme Mike Evans open, and some of that. No, but they did. When I say scheme and what we got, look at how they got him on. Sometimes we came out of the bunch, right?
Yeah,
and when they go to the bunch, he went underneath, and Lattimore had to go over top because you can't play at the same level when you see bunches. So everybody got to play at a different level, and they use leverage to be able to get Mike over. Now, when they went 1-on-1 on the in goal line on the end zone, Mike Evans just he boxed him out, and Lattimore grabbed him around the waist. That's PI all day long. Yeah. It is what it is. You grabbed him out.
It was a bad look. I feel like I don't think he's 100%. I don't feel like 100%, but we'll see. I think St. Juice, like somebody said, St. Juice did show up. He wasn't bad. Roy, I'm gonna lie to you, because you didn't hear his name. That's the good sign of a cornerback. When you come in and you don't hear his name.
And as for Paul, nothing happened in the second half for the simple fact that they started doubling Evans, and they
doubled him.
Yeah, they doubled him in the second half, and they took Lattimore and put him on the other side, single receiver side.
They did. And they also St. Juice on at times too. This is true. They doubled him.
Yo, let me mention this. I'm gonna go back to the offense real quick. Y'all had talked about the fourth downs earlier, right? So the first one I especially wasn't mad at, right?
Oh, okay.
I feel like no, I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
Out of all of us, Dan Quinn knows the pulse of this team. Dan Quinn may have known that Zane Gonzalez may be good for 2 or 3 field goals tonight, and don't want to tire his leg out. Don't want to put him in a bad opportunity where his confidence might get down if he misses a kick. It could be anything. And I think when you have a guy dynamic like Jayden Daniels, as many opportunities as you can to keep him on the field in a winning situation, I feel like they went with that. And I was okay with it because I'm like, if it's not something brand new. It's not like this is the first time we've gone for it on fourth down in these types of situations. We've been doing it all year. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where Dan Campbell took the heat last year in that NFC Championship game against the 49ers, whoever they played, that he kept going for it on fourth down, because they're like, why is he doing it in these situations? I'm like, if y'all watch any of his games, that's what he does all year. He's at 80% on fourth down. So it's more than likely that he's going to make it and he's going to go with what his team does. This year, we've been excellent on fourth down in these situations. And when you have a guy like Jayden Daniels in a win or go home situation, right? If you feel like you got the play that can scheme it up and get you the touchdown or get you the first down, you're going to do it. And it showed improve on that play to Terry. Bro, that was a perfect play. Terry jumped up and body caught the ball. And many could say, yeah, it should have kicked it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you might go back and say it should have kicked it, but it don't matter if you get it. And then, you know, for us to not get it and then go back and then get that fumble, because I'm gonna tell you, Baker Mayfield is good for one turnover a game at least, whether it's in the air or it's a fumble or something like that, and it came right at the right time. So we're able to get that and then go convert, and that's what it's about, man. Being there when you can and you make the best plays that you can. Thanks, Taj. I appreciate that. You know, if I went to law school, I definitely would would lock that in. But no, I guarantee, bro. Like, he knows the pulse of this team, and let me tell you, if there is a prop bet out there for next week's game on how many fourth down calls there'll be, I'm taking the over and I'm smashing the over. But how many over fourth down calls is going to be next week? Trust me, man.
Oh no, I'm not talking about we lost, man. I'm happy.
No, we're not talking about we lost, but you got to
no. We obviously we like sometimes we like that.
No,
you must have missed the beginning of this podcast.
You must have missed the beginning of this podcast.
You must have. Yeah, Rory.
Is Rory
you missed the beginning of the podcast. Obviously, you did, Rory, because I was out here gassing everybody up.
No, we won, but you got to address some things, and this is what I want to address too. And you said Dan Campbell's name, and something Dan Campbell said last week when he whispered into Minnesota coach's ear.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
He whispered in the ear, Minnesota coach's ear. He said, "We'll see you in 2 weeks."
Mm-hmm.
No, you will not.
Nope.
That's
You'll
exactly
see
right.
you'll see the Washington Commanders, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he didn't even believe in the Washington Commanders will win. But guess what? Now you got to play the Washington Commanders. And if I'm Dan Quinn, I don't know that you need any more motivation. I'm playing that I'm playing that all week. I'm playing that all week.
Play that through the speakers in the building. Play that through the speakers through the building.
Yeah, he didn't believe y'all could play that. Right. I'm playing all week. Bulletin board material.
All right, what was the key moment in this game for you all? I'm gonna start with you. Other than like the game-winning drive, I'm gonna start with you, DH.
Let me see, because I actually took notes today. I was like, I want to be a professional analyst in this post game, so I took notes today. I took notes until about midway through the fourth quarter. So
I was too emotionally invested. You were.
I was too. So look, my last note is the fumble. That's my last note. So after that, I was done. I was cooked. I couldn't. I'm too invested. So I'm gonna say that's the big play, that fumble, because that was at a critical point in time where we needed to get the football back, and then Bobby Wagner is right there to scoop it right off the turf in that situation. And then that was a situation where they said Cliff liked to get cute. That was a situation where Tampa Bay tried to get cute, where they could have just they were beating us on the ground. They were running the ball. You know what I'm saying? The notes what I do. But I'm gonna honestly say the fumble. That was my key play for me in this game throughout everything that had happened previously. And I have key plays all throughout the game, and we'll get to those later. But I think the biggest key play for me was that fumble by Baker Mayfield and the recovery by Bobby Wagner.
I said, other than the field goal. See, Rory, you difficult. Hey, but yeah, that was big too, bro. Like, go ahead, George. Big play, man.
For me, the key was scoring on the first drive of the second half. And I know it was only a field goal, but considering the way the end of the first half went, where it felt like we did all this good work and then gave it away by not finishing the half defensively well, and Baker running over Bobby Wagner, which was a little jarring to say the least. I felt like if they didn't score coming out of halftime, this thing could have got away from him real quick. And even though it was only a field goal, and Tampa went down and I think scored on the next possession, at least that blunted Tampa Bay's momentum a little bit and allowed us to kind of get our bearings a little bit after Tampa Bay got that 2-minute touchdown. Because I'll tell you, the one time I felt like the old Washington, it was them playing that well and then giving up that touchdown with 10 seconds left in the first half. It's just like, God bless. Yeah. That is the kind of stuff that has plagued Washington this last 30 years. How many times have we seen it? So we had to come out of the locker room and get something, and we did.
Well, yeah. What about you, Glenn?
It had to be the last drive. It was 3rd and 6. Washington, I believe they were on their own 35-yard line. and they got the ball to Dyami Brown. Dyami got 21 yards.
Yeah, that's big.
To me, that was big because it was 3rd and 6. Still was time on the clock. If they don't get this, Tampa Bay still has 3 timeouts and is under the 2 minutes warning. I'm like, you know what? This right here, it was 3:20 left in the game when Dyami caught the ball. And I'm like, you know what? If they don't get the ball, if they don't get the first down here, Tampa has an opportunity to go and score and win this football game. And Washington only had 2 times at the time. To me, that's the big play. Dyami picked up 21 and he took it into Tampa Bay's to Tampa Bay 45. And then you had, other big play I want to get to was another 3rd down when Austin Eckler picked up 19.
That was big. Yeah, I was trying to say outside that drive, but
got down to the 19-yard line. Excuse me. That was a big play for me too. So those two were the big plays in that series.
So I want to address this what my man Jerry put out there, because I've kind of been preaching this too, but everybody kind of looked at me like I was crazy at the time when he said Dyami is better than Noah Brown. I said this, and people looked at me like I was crazy because they were just infatuated with the new toy. And I said this too at camp. I thought it was all about opportunity, and I said this at camp, and we saw this in preseason, but people ignored it because they wanted to go off of the old. They didn't want to look at what was going on, and they traded Jahan to Philadelphia. It was because, and I said this, because how good Dyami was looking and the rapport he had with Jayden. I said he had a good rapport with Jayden when I went to camp. He had good rapport with Jayden in the scrimmages when they played against other teams. He had good rapport with Jayden in some of the preseason games. And then you saw when he got the opportunity to do more than just a go route, Dyami did his thing. And I said this. The issue that like people think that Dyami can just do one thing, and I said he can do more than one thing. It's just but that one thing he does, that's all they want to use him for. The prior regime. Now you got him in a different area, with a different regime, and now you get to see what Dyami's all about. You get Dyami on wide receiver screens, and he doesn't just go down. It's hard to bring this young man down. You see Dyami go up the middle, snagging a big catch that you need. You see Dyami get a touchdown and you need, like when Jayden's extending the play. He brings a lot to the table. I remember even saying when they drafted Luke McCaffrey and folks were like, oh, he replacing Dyami. What did I say? I said, he ain't better than Dyami. I said that he ain't better than Dyami. I ain't said Luke McCaffrey's bad, but I said he ain't better than Dyami. And I'm just glad to see this young man. DH, I'm gonna let you go because I know you want to talk about him, but I'm glad to see this dude not just play well, but play well when they needed him. You know what I'm saying? Because we saw this. I mean, even though we sucked last year, but we saw him make a big play against Seattle last year when Sam Howell hit him up the middle for that touchdown. We thought we was going to win that game in Seattle. Now, here in this situation, we needed a big play. Like Glenn said, man, folks always acting like Dyami drops everything. You need a big play up the middle, contested pass. You know what I'm saying? Jayden throws it. Dyami brings it down, takes a hit, and goes down 21 yards. Come on, man. Like, this dude deserves all the flowers he gets, man. I think Dyami – and we talk about game ball. Eventually, we will. But he deserves my game ball. Period. I know Jayden did work, but Dyami made big play after big play. He fought for multiple yards. Like you gave him a screen, and he took your 7 yard screen and put it into 15 to 20. So just get this dude his flowers, bro. But go ahead, DH. I didn't want to talk about it.
Out there trucking people like John Riggins, you know what I'm saying? Crank up that dude. but no, man, I say this, bro. And this is coming from somebody that y'all know my ties to UNC. This is coming from somebody who has seen every Dyami Brown touchdown in college, who saw every Sam Howell pass in college. And somebody who has I'm locked in with Dyami Brown. And I told y'all, man, he has a unique skill set that the league likes, because let me tell you, if Dyami Brown was bad, he would have been gone. Adam Peters came in and cleared house of the people that he did not want in on his roster. Dan Quinn could have easily gotten rid of Dyami Brown and filled him with another receiver at any point in time in the offseason and during the regular season. But what Dyami Brown showed you is that when his number, yes, Cody, hallelujah. When Dyami Brown is called upon, he makes his plays. He does what he's asked to do. So the one thing fans got to realize is that if you're not asked to do more, how can you count on them to do more if they're not asking you?
Facts.
Okay, you don't go to your job and overachieve for no reason. They got to give you an assignment. You know what I'm saying? And you do it, right? So why do you expect anything different in football? If you don't get any targets, how can you catch the ball? If you get 2 targets and one is an errant pass and you catch the other one, yeah, it's 50%. You know what I'm saying? But like that's the thing. You make the plays that you can. And like you said, Wally, in the biggest stage where everybody that loves football, everybody that's a casual football fan is watching you play right now in the biggest spot. You caught every pass, you made plays, you trucking people, you scored a touchdown, you did what you came to do. And I'm telling you, bro, if it's not here, it's somewhere else because Dyami has a talent skill set that's gonna work in this league because he's fast, he runs effective routes, and he has the ability to catch the go ball. He can go up top, he can take the top off the defense if that's what they allow him to do. And you see what happens in this offense when he gets targets, when he gets volume. He's a volume type player. If he gets touches and gets an opportunity, he's gonna make the play. So I said all that to say, bro, no matter it's been like this all season for this team. It's by committee. Whoever's turn it is to step up, they've been doing well. Whether it's OZ, whether it's Jamison Crowder, whether it was Zach Ertz in critical situations. Now this week it was Dyami Brown's turn. So he did that this week, and I love to see that. Who knows who it will be next week? But as you can see, that when it's time, guys step up and make their plays, man. So I love that for him, and I love that for us.
And then I don't think McCaffrey plays enough to kind of say he's going to get that type of opportunity, that type of word.
Nah, I think McCaffrey is a developmental guy for them. I think they like him, but I think at this point they ain't trying nothing new. They're sticking with the guys who they had in there. Facts. So while I think McCaffrey's going to be in the return game, he's going to be in those when they get in multiple wide receiver sets, he may be in there as like the 4th receiver, something like that. But they're gonna stick with what they know. It's gonna be Terry, it's gonna be Dyami, and it's gonna be OZ in the slot or Jamison Crowder in the slot.
I like this you know what, Todd? I like this comparison though, dog. Dyami Brown reminds me of Alvarado. I like that one. See how many returns. I remember that we had that the year with Brad. He had over 1,000 yards the year with Brad. Him and Michael Westbrook. I remember that year.
That's a good pool right there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, bro. I agree with that. If McCaffrey wants a catch, he better get open when he gets his 5 snaps a game.
Hey, it's just, but to these points, right?
He's doing what he can do in the return game, man, and he's helping us where he can help us, and that's the return game.
I mean, he's dude. Everybody knows when McCaffrey was drafted, I was like, why? But then he kind of won me over in a way that I liked his style. I like that he's like he does whatever it takes to help the team. Like
whenever your number's called, that's what it is.
Yeah, he blocks, he plays hard. So I'm not ever gonna I'm not gonna ill on him, man, because I think he plays hard. He does play hard. But yeah, so in terms of so on the defensive side of the ball, man, because it was really hard for me to pick a player that I felt like stood out on defense. But what players? I'm gonna start with you, Glenn. Which defensive player stood out for you, bro?
Yo, Bobby Wagner and Deron Payne. Deron Payne before he got hurt. If you look at the line.
Yeah,
before he got hurt, Deron Payne was controlling things. I always look at the defensive line, right? I look at the run in what the defensive line does. And so Deron Payne was controlling the line. They couldn't really run. Now when you went to the Johnny Newtons and Jonathan Allen's, they were still getting some runs, but and they were getting explosive runs, but they started running things on the outside. If you look at it, they spread things on the outside, but 94 had a great game today. 54 great game. Ford made some good tackles, but we didn't hear his name a lot. But he was still
Ford wasn't really consistent for me.
Yeah, he wasn't consistent today, right? But again, those guys were consistent up front, and today was a big and Armstrong. I forgot Armstrong.
Armstrong was good. I liked Armstrong. I did like Armstrong.
Armstrong was good there. So those to me, those 3. But again, if I had to pick one, it would have to be 54 today.
54. Okay. What about you, George?
Yeah, Wagner for me. He was getting through and getting. I mean, one time he got through so quick he ran by Baker Mayfield on one of them plays really early.
Yeah, he messed
and he
that
had
up.
He did get run over the one time, but he also had some big plays stopping the run, and of course the big fumble recovery, which is and that's the thing about Bobby Wagner. He's always had that sense for the football and that nose for the football. He's a guy that's recovered a lot of fumbles in his career because he just kind of has that sense. And he was right there And he could have lost that battle pulling that thing in. He pulled that thing in quick before the Tampa guy could even get his arms around it to try to wrestle it away from him. That's why he's going to get a gold jacket in 5, 6, 7 years time, whatever it is. It's one of the many reasons why he's getting that jacket, because he just got a sense for those kinds of things. And God knows we haven't had many of those kind of players around here last 10, 15 years.
So what about you, DH?
And to your point, George, he might get the Man of the Year award too this year. I think he should.
True.
I'm gonna say this. Y'all have already mentioned, who we really think was a baller, and that's Bobby Wagner. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say Jeremy Chin.
Yeah.
I love Jeremy Chin, bro. Like, he flies around. He had 4 tackles and 4 assists. He flies around. He makes hits, and he makes you pay. If you're holding him up, he's coming to clean you up, bro. And I love that for him. I love that in that secondary. I definitely think he'll be a guy that returns next year. He's still a young guy. I feel like he's only 27, 28.
He's about the same age as like Cam Crow was. I believe
they were a young guy, but better skill set in my opinion. But I'm gonna go with Jeremy Chin tonight for the defense. I think he played exceptionally well. And that's the thing, man. We talked about Lattimore earlier. You're going these guys are all pro receivers. Like, they're gonna get their passes, they're gonna get plays, they're gonna make things happen. So I feel like for Lattimore, while it was tough, it's how football goes. And I feel like in the defensive secondary, that's how it is, man. It's tough. Some nights you're gonna get a speedster that can burn you up. Some nights you're gonna be called upon to make some tackles and make some plays and get some stops. So that's why I'm going with Jeremy Chin. I feel like his explosiveness and his attitude. Somebody put in the chat that he has a quiet, good game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he does that. He's very consistent. Yeah, shout out to Taj. Chin had a quiet, good game tonight, and it does make sense because I agree. But I'm going to go with Jeremy Chin as my key player on defense for tonight's win, 23-20 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the wild card playoff match.
Say it again, bro. Keep saying it. Feels good.
23-20 in the wild card playoff win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, baby.
Hey, my man, Danny said Jason Newton stepped up big when Payne was out. He had a couple plays. His quickness got him some good pressure and tackles, some plays, but he was part of that bad run defense. I'm just gonna keep it a big.
But that defense played pretty well the first half, though, man. That defense,
was
getting stops.
I know when everybody was healthy.
First half, that's when the wrong thing. First half,
playing well.
Yeah, but they were. Then they started being like, I thought they were doing real good against the run initially. I was so proud.
Because Wiley, before you get to your point, I think my biggest fear about this game was the defense giving up this game, not the offense not getting it done. I just thought the defense was gonna have one of those games where how we talk about bending but not breaking. Mm-hmm. But I also mentioned this on y'all show is that bending but not breaking is not as good as not breaking. You might as well break if you're going to keep bending. You know what I'm saying? So I thought the defense was going to be the one to let us down, but the defense played well the first half, and that's all you can ask for. That's why not converting on some of those fourth downs or not scoring when you had the opportunity to get points made it look even worse because the defense was helping and getting stops.
I agree. So before I talk about mine, folks in the who listen in, I'm gonna put in our StreamYard link so folks can enter the discussion, and you got about a good 2 to 5 minutes to tell me how you feeling right now, because I want to hear how you feeling.
To the All Burgundy Go to Everything podcast live on YouTube. Make sure
I want to hear y'all. I want to hear what y'all got to say. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear it. I want to feel the emotion. I want to hear the vibes, man.
And Wally, they gotta go and they gotta really go call-in style, bro. You gotta say first time, long time. You gotta say where you from. You know what I'm saying? I need for you to really ham it up. Clubs you go to. You gotta
give me your height and weight.
Height and weight like Dan Patrick.
Yeah. Hey, I got a regular though. So my man Paul. What's going on, Paul?
What's up, fellas? What's going on?
How you feeling, Paul?
What's up, baby?
You don't say what's up, fellas, like that. You gotta say it with some emotion.
Man, I'm hyped right now. I almost lost my voice, you know what I'm saying? So I had to
like me.
I'm just hyped right now in the quiet sense, but man, I'm just so excited. They did their thing today. They played a playoff football game that surprised me for real. It wasn't an up and down game. Okay, possession was at a minimal, but they just grinded it out. They played, well. The defense gave us stops when we needed stops. And JD was JD. So, and I'm just happy that we won this game on the road. Only team to win a game on the road. So on to Detroit, fellas. On to Detroit. But
on to Detroit, man. Hey, Paul, thanks, man. We got Roy on here too, so I'm gonna put it on too. All right. All right, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Paul.
My man, Paul.
Appreciate you, Paul.
Roy, what's going on, bro?
Yo, I appreciate y'all.
Yo, what's up?
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, Roy. What's going on, brother?
How you feeling? How are you feeling?
I would have ride this victory for the night, but fucking Detroit. Pardon my language. Why couldn't we get Philly again?
No. That's just be happy with Detroit. Let's just be happy we won.
Yeah.
Like, hey, yo, enjoy, Roy. We say it all the time. I tell you, enjoy for 24 hours, right? Enjoy for 24 hours.
That's it.
13-5, like we never saw this coming. So
yes, man. It's all everything is like a cherry on the Sunday, man. For real, everything's like a cherry on the Sunday. You can't tell us nothing right now, man.
That's right.
All right, hey, Roy, we got somebody else on, man. Appreciate you though, man. As always,
my guys.
Shout out,
my guy,
Roy.
Roy, what's going on, Jerry? The Wegmans dude, man. My man, Jerry. My man with all the Wegmans jokes with St. Jude's. What's going on?
I've been seeing Jeremy all weekend, dog. What's up with that, man?
It's your resident BSJ hater.
Man, how you feeling, bro? Let me know.
I'm ecstatic, bro. Like I'm fully drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm with Wole. Like I want all the smoke. Come on, the Lions. Come on, whoever. Like I'm so hyped. My heart finally just stopped beating like crazy after that field goal hit the upright.
Oh my god!
Like almost passed out.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm so unbelievably just happy and proud of the way they played. And Glenn said it earlier when we got the ball with 4 minutes left. I was like, "There's no way in hell JD's going to let us lose this game, man." I was like, I knew he was going to lead us down the field. He got it done, and we got the win.
That's the most important thing. We got the win, man. We all to Detroit, man. We want
Lee,
all the smoke. We won it.
Let me ask Jay Lee a question, man.
What's up, DH?
Hey, man, at any point in the game, did you feel like it just wasn't gonna happen for us? Like, were you always confident that we were gonna get it done, or that JD5 was gonna get it done for us?
No, I was confident. Like it's even though despite how close the score was, I felt like we were controlling the game. We just weren't finishing in the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
And Cliff was pissing me off. We're getting too cute, but like I never lost faith. Like I knew if we had the last possession, and when the defense got that stop and made them kick that field goal and it was tied, I was like, game over. I was like, we're about to win.
Yeah,
I was locked in.
All right, well, hey man, Jerry, thanks for being on, bro.
I appreciate y'all, man.
We got a whole week now. We got another week to do this, bro.
Yeah, man.
Long time commenter. I usually don't like to show my face. I like to stay incognito, but I have to jump on
stay anonymous.
I know.
We appreciate you though, man. We do
appreciate you, man.
I love y'all, man.
All right, man. Raise hell, baby. Let's get it.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's cool, man. I love the vibes, man. I just want to hear from the people, man. For real, it's easy for all us to talk. I want to hear from the people, man. This is like
I think you get that tomorrow, man. I think you get that people you walk into work a little bit different tomorrow, right? You walk you get the Conor McGregor walk tomorrow when you go into work. You get the Vince McMahon coming down down the ramp type walk.
Conor McGregor walk.
You know what I'm saying? So you get that walk, man. Look, I don't erase anybody from history, brother. It is what it is. I don't erase people from history.
No chance.
No chance, but you get excited because again, it's something that it's like seeing Halley's Comet, right? You don't see this too often. You don't see this too
19
often.
19 years.
Right, every 19 years. So it's been a long time for this to happen, and this city is enjoying it, man.
I was gonna mention that.
I'll say it this way: when you change ownership, it seemed like the dark cloud was lifted off of this football team. When you change ownership, it seemed like everything started going right with this football team. You can say whatever it was, but think about it. When this team left, when Dan Snyder left, it seemed like a lot of things start rolling the correct way for this football team, and we're still moving in that direction.
Glenn, can I? Oh, I'm sorry, Wally. Go ahead, man.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, Glenn, I want to add to your point, man, about the fan base, man. You saw over this weekend, if you have social media, you just saw how many fans flocked down to Tampa Bay. Of course, you can get out of the snow, which is also always amazing. But to get down to Tampa for this game, we were loud and proud at the stadium. You know, you had Fox 5 down there with Chad Ricardo reporting last night.
I fool him. That's what I like.
And
That dude.
yeah, I love Chad Ricardo, man. He's been doing it for a long time, bro. That's the OG.
Yeah, I know. I know
he
about
started from the
Chad
ground up, bro. He started from the
Yeah.
ground up. I love that.
Yeah.
But you saw how many fans are just on board.
I want to say that again.
man.
Also work with Fox Sports 1340.
Yeah, no, I'm about to say yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
Fox Sports 1340
Boom. But you look at it and it's just fans. First of all, I was surprised that how many people went. Like people was like, "Yo, put on the credit card, let's go." Getting flights down there, day of, you know, coming back first thing to tomorrow morning. I love that. Like people are actually flocking to this game. I'm wondering if this is going to transfer to Detroit as well, because this is going to be hard to get those tickets because Detroit they sell out.
Because DH Washington fans been turning up at games down there since I was young. I remember I saw them in '94 when they were no good. And there were tens of thousands Redskins fans in those days. And that was '94 when he stunk.
Was Detroit bad too, though?
Still,
wasn't Detroit bad too?
Well, I'm talking about in Tampa.
In Tampa.
I'm saying since I was a kid, every time Washington played down here, there's been burgundy and gold everywhere. Every time I was saying it's in pregame. Whenever the Caps play down here, to play the Lightning down here, there's thousands of Caps fans in that arena. There's a lot of people from our region of the country that live down here or live within driving distance. They come from everywhere in Florida.
So I'm not sure about like how it's going to be in Detroit though. That's the only one I'm like kind of like I don't know.
I went to the Detroit game 2 years ago out there. Y'all, you know about my affiliation.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I went 2 years ago to that game, and we had a nice little fan presence there. Yeah. But the Detroit fans, and that's when they wasn't even like good yet. Detroit, they packed that building out, bro, and it's hard to get tickets for them, especially now. And that was 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Detroit is coming here next year on the schedule because we play the NFC North next year, so they come here. But Detroit, that's gonna be a hard building to get tickets for. And also too, man, that place gets very loud, bro. Like I think it's not. I don't think it's represented on TV well. But that place gets really loud on third down. They be holding up the little three cards, bro. That joint gets really loud. So that's gonna be a exciting game. And did we get the Saturday at 8:00?
Yeah, I think so. I think Paul says 8:00.
Is that on NBC?
The Saturday game at 8.
Is that on NBC again, or what's that on?
That should be a peak. That's a prime. That should be prime, right?
Prime.
Isn't that prime?
Prime. Yeah,
it's prime probably.
Prime. I think. Prime. I thought Prime only had one.
Oh, did they? Yeah, it's Saturday. It's Saturday. Yep, on Fox. Wait. Oh, it's at Fox. It's on Fox.
Yep,
Fox. Saturday night.
Oh, Saturday night.
Prime time, baby. Prime time again.
Ooh, they love Jayden,
bro. They love it.
They love Jayden.
He is everything.
Earl said, Fox.
Shout out to my pops. Yo, Jayden Daniels
your pops told me he want to do a cameo too.
I told him, bro. I told him to pull up. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm putting a link out there again too, folks. So y'all want to come on and tell me how y'all feel it's gonna happen.
Jayden Daniels is money, bro. And let me tell you something. We're gonna have so many primetime games. I told you it was a minimum of 5 next year, bro. It's gonna be at least 5 primetime games between 2 Monday night footballs, 2 Sunday night games, definitely a Thursday night, and the 6th game will probably be a overseas game or like one of these late in the year games where like a Netflix game, maybe it's on Christmas or maybe a Black Friday type game. Like they might get one of them. So it might be 6. Like it might be like 6 primetime games next year.
Magic Johnson out there celebrating. Then my idol out there celebrating with the Commanders too. I'm just winning in life, dog. I'm winning in life.
Like I said, like Jeremy, I agree with you, man. We said it last week, and we always keep saying it. And I think I said it. It's house money. You playing house money. There's no loss right now. It's house money. You're playing. Look, go shock the world in Detroit, right?
Dog. I don't know.
Shock the world in Detroit.
I don't know. Again, hold on. Look, guys. I know we're just high on life right now, but I really don't know how I'm gonna act if some way we go to Detroit and find a way to win that game. I know. Yo, I'm gonna lose my mind, bro.
Detroit, their defense is still injury. They patch it together.
They can be beat. They can be beat. But if we found and I don't want to. And look, I don't want to I'm big on fandom, but I'm also a realist. I think Detroit is a great ball club, but they definitely got us outmatched. And especially if we play the way we play today, we're gonna lose early, right?
Yes.
But let me say, you never know with these games. In the same way we've been winning games this year, it's the same way we could just keep the train going. So I don't know, but if there is some way that we leave Detroit with a victory, I'm going to be insufferable. I don't know how I'm going to act. Like I seriously, bro, because I don't.
Hey,
like, because then after that, you can't tell me nothing.
They had a bye, and then some bye teams don't come off and play the top level games. But
I'm gonna say this real quick.
Jared Goff likes to throw interceptions. So I'm
gonna say this
remind everybody of that.
I grew up an ignorant individual. Like that's just I had to tame myself a little bit. I give Cowboy fans a lot of smoke, Eagle fans a lot of smoke, and I used to be real ignorant too, like real ignorant with it too. But you tell me we beat Detroit, I'm gonna be the worst person ever in life. You do not want to deal with me. Folks will not want to deal with me. If we beat Detroit, I'm telling all prospective fans out here.
Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl if we beat Detroit.
I'm telling you, Bo. I'm telling you that your team suck. I'm telling you your team don't match up. I'm telling you all types of ignorant stuff is going to happen. I'm telling you, man. Like, don't let this team beat Detroit. If they beat Detroit, I'm buying tickets to New Orleans ASAP. I'm telling you, don't let them beat Detroit.
I'm maxing out whatever card.
Yeah, I'm maxing out. I'm telling you, don't let them beat Detroit.
Because Wally, if they beat Detroit, we're going to Super Bowl and we're going to win. We're going to win the Super Bowl.
I don't care about
because
let me tell you, Hurts. I don't care about any of them.
Let me tell you, I feel like now playing Baltimore again, well, knowing what we know now, or getting a chance to play Buffalo, like I feel like the NFC is way tougher, in my opinion, than the AFC at the top. Like I don't know. I'm being a fan right now. So just let me fan. I'm not using a rational analytic brain. I'm being a fan right now.
Sorry, I apologize.
But I'm just processing the scenarios. I'm Doctor Strange in this thing right now. Just seeing everything that's happening, bro. If we find a way to beat Detroit, bro, I'm calling out all week, bro, because I just don't know how I'm gonna. My body and my mind has not prepared for that yet. Because you think as a fan that you can get that far, but I don't think you really process actually doing that.
Yeah.
So like even now, like these are new feelings for me right now. Winning this game because I felt like we were gonna win, and I felt like we could do it, but I didn't know how I was gonna act after we did it, and now we've done it, and I feel like, bro, I'm on top of the world right now. I'm super excited. Like, I don't know, bro.
I will say this though too to your point. Like when George and I we did the pregame, and George, you could tell I was like real uber confident, right? But I didn't know how I was going to feel when it actually happened. Like,
because it's easy to be confident before it happens, right? Because you're just like, it's before the game.
The game takes you to ebbs and flows, right? So, yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I didn't know like I would be like this. Like, I'm back to like, truth be told, like I have my youthful fandom back. You know what I'm saying? Cause I used to be like passive aggressive. I'm passive aggressive. I used to like
your youthful fandom's the last time we won a playoff game.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like now, like I've gotten that back, and they brought. Thank you, Dan Quinn. Thank you, JD5. But now it's like, yeah, we can get to like we get Detroit. I'm like, yo, you don't got JD5. The only like obvious. We'll get to Detroit when we get to Detroit. But to this feeling right now, like I feel like we can compete with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like we can hold, as long as we can win the time of possession, we can have these long drives. We can continue to score on every play and make teams work. We can score anybody. But this game, to me, that's what it represents. This game represents that to me. Like at the end of the day, when you had your NFL experts, they were gassing up Baker Mayfield, gassing up the Tampa Bay Bucs, and they was hosting this home field advantage. But the one thing, and I said this on our pregame show, the one thing they forgot, that we were the team that won 12 games. We're the team that was 12-5. They were 10-7. We were the better record team. Now, granted, because we didn't win the division, we couldn't host the game. But we were the better record team. So at the end of the day, like, yeah, you had the advantage for being at home. But also, what was good for us is that we've played formidable teams on the road and competed or won. So we know how to play on the road. I think that's a very important thing about this football team that's going to take them into Detroit. they've been tested. They played the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore and competed. They played the Eagles in Philly and competed. Like they played some of these good. They beat Cincinnati, who was an offensive juggernaut, and beat them in Cincy on Monday night. Like this team can go on the road and take your best shot and still compete and be there at the end when JD5 can have a 3-minute to 2-minute drive to win the football game. So I'm just saying, like, this team is tested. Like, so it don't matter who you are, how dominant you look, this team has played the best. Because we can make the argument that the Baltimore Ravens at that time was playing the best football, and they were competing with B-More.
Yeah.
They were probably playing better football at that time, better than Detroit. And they competed. So it don't matter. Like that. So this game showed me, like, no matter what it is, and it goes back to anything. Everything's icing on the cake. Now, if they lose, will I be devastated? Hell yeah, because they didn't put me on this roller coaster. It's too late. I'm on it. So now I just got it is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, yeah, man. What's going on, Trez? What's going on, man?
There's also Washington has history. Detroit has never beat Washington in the playoffs.
Say that again.
Don't do that.
Detroit has never beat.
Don't mention that. That's like the reverse stuff. Don't do that, man.
I just want to, you know what I'm looking forward to? All those videos of that 91 NFC title game.
Oh, they're going to run that all week,
Barry
bro.
Sanders got about 10 yards rushing, and Darrell Green had the pick six.
Yeah.
We stomped the mud hole in Detroit and walked it dry. Tried to listen to all these idiots I went to school with saying, oh, you got to face Barry Sanders. You're in trouble now. I was like, yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see about that.
Bro,
and brush them lines aside, and we're going to brush them aside again.
I can hear John Madden and Pat Summerall in my head now. So, John, you know, you got the guys there, and boom, you know, the Washington Redskins, 91. The Washington Redskins are a good ball club. You know, Darrell Green, the cornerback. You know, you got Barry Sanders. They run against they completely shut down. So, John.
Why not us? Yeah, Utah. Why not us?
Yeah, that's Cody, man. Hey, he's right, bro. Because at this point, that's what it is. Like y'all said, house money, bro. We playing with house money. At this point, regardless of how this season ends, I'm perfectly fine with it, bro. But it's just like,
oh yeah,
now you're to the point there. Hey, we're a good ball club because we made it past that first round of the playoffs, bro. We're in the mix, bro. We're in the conversation, and we are America's darling. The same way Detroit was that for last year, that's America for us. They love us. You know what I'm saying? They want to latch on to us, and it's okay to like us now because Dan Snyder's not in charge. You know, everything is ran well. Jayden is a great kid. He doesn't have any issues. He's likable. He speaks correctly. He says the right and does all the right things. He's very complimentary to his teammates and to, you know, the coaching staff and the fans. And they love Jayden Daniels. And we're now America's sweetheart, bro. And I love that for us because it's only going to help us out. You don't know how many people just jumped on this bandwagon tonight, bro. So I can guarantee if there's I want to hit up Fanatics tomorrow and see if they can find out and see if they can report how many Jayden Daniels jerseys were sold tonight, or see how many Commanders items were sold tonight after this game, because I know that number has got to be sky high.
You need to get me an affiliate link.
Something, right?
This is just amazing, man. This is amazing. It's amazing, man. Utah said we're a game out of the fight for the entire NFC. Let's go play reckless next week, man.
Let's go play reckless. Yo, Utah, I agree. Go play reckless. You have nothing to lose,
man. Utah, you right.
I was gonna say all the pressure's on Detroit.
Yeah,
all the pressure's on Detroit. Because even though,
man, Jeremy right here, man. Look what Jeremy just said though. George, read this though. He right.
The dark cloud over our franchise has been lifted.
Yeah, go ahead, George.
We are out of the desert. Joshua's taking us out of the desert into the land of milk and honey.
Come on now.
That's what's happened here.
Detroit
got all the pressure on them. They're going to hear about all the times they've lost to Washington because historically Washington's just owned that series. They had like a 20-year winning streak against them when I was a kid. Yeah. Like we never lost to Detroit when I was a kid.
I know. We never lost to Detroit. We got Mike. We got Mike here on the show. We got Mike here on the show. What's going on, Mike? How you feeling, my man?
There, so you gonna have
hey, what's up, fellas? I'm in the hospital right now. So.
Oh man, you out, man? Prayers up. You good? What's up?
Yeah. This
praying for you, man.
Blood pressure, man.
All right, man. Praying for you, Mike. Praying for you. So. All right, then calmly, Mike. All right, then calmly tell me how you feeling. Calmly. And Mike, don't be mad because I picked against him. See what happened. So you gotta start being with me now, Mike. You guys start
Hold on,
vibing me. But go ahead.
turn the volume up.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get you, Mike.
got you,
I
Mike.
hear you. Can you hear me?
What's up, fellas? Look
What's
at
going
up,
on,
brother?
Mike? All right, Mike.
What's up,
Mike.
DH?
What's up, baby?
George?
Hey,
What's
real
up, Glenn?
calm.
Put
Don't let the
one
machines
in.
go off, Mike. Don't let the
Yeah.
machines go off.
Speak-
Real calm.
All right, Mike. All
Speak
I'm gonna
slowly.
say calmly, Mike, and peacefully.
Speak slowly.
Peacefully.
Hey,
Tell
look,
me
man,
how you
look,
feeling.
Wale, look, you said that big old Abraham Lincoln speech you just gave now. So you need to go ahead and just now you need to go ahead and go ahead and vote and root for your team, bro.
Hey, it's winning though. I'm rooting for my
Bet
team. It's
on
winning though.
us. Bet
Ain't
on
we
that.
winning though?
Bet on us.
Hey. Is it working though, Mike?
Paul say, but we win though. But Paul,
Exactly.
we in the playoffs though.
Hey, Mike, we winning though. Look, we gonna take this all the way to New Orleans, Mike.
Yeah,
That's right.
We gonna take this all the way to New Orleans.
Yeah, hey, look. The nurse came in. She said, "Mr. Underwood, your blood pressure is going back up again." I said, "Turn this TV off." Look, Lattimore was getting me mad, man.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, man, I say, what is Lattimore thinking about? You know,
He letting the
she said,
matchup
"Mr.
get to
Underwood,
him,
we're
man.
gonna have to turn the channel now." I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna calm down. I'm good." I went woo-saw on him.
They about to turn the TV to Telemundo. You be watching the
Michael Underwood was like
you
the
watch-
guy in Major League who was in the hospital and he
Yes.
listen to
The
baseball
manager.
and he has to
Yeah.
turn into like the
Oh man,
the other
Mike,
shows
yeah, I
so
can
they
see
don't
you.
get in trouble with the
Yeah,
nurses.
I don't blame you, Mike. That would be me too, Mike. I
Or
ain't gonna blame you.
bedpan at
That'd
the
be me
door.
too.
Yeah,
That'd be me too.
yeah. But it's
Hey, but-
hey, man. But it's a great feeling, man, that we got in, man, and we deserve it, man, and the fans deserve it. We all deserve this, man, and even if they don't beat Detroit, I'm still proud of them, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we are
Absolutely.
too, man. We definitely
Still
are.
proud
Hey,
of
Mike,
this
man, go ahead,
team.
man. Rest up, bro. Real talk.
Shout out
Rest
to you,
up,
Mr.
man.
All right, I
Underwood, man.
appreciate you
I
guys.
appreciate
Yes,
you,
sir.
man. Real
Much
talk. I
love, baby.
appreciate
Appreciate you, Mike. We'll talk soon. Prayer for you, brother. Praying for you.
bro.
All right, appreciate you.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Man, Mike, cool as a fan,
Mr.
man.
Underwood, man. That's my guy,
Yeah,
man. Shout
I'm
out
glad I
to
get
him.
to see Mike for the first time. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Mike is always my guy. I always rock with Mike. But yeah, man. So
Man,
I
Mike
do
is
want
cool
to. So
on the
who?
other
All
side
right.
of the pool, man.
Who? What'd you say? What'd you say, Glenn? Oh, did I lose Glenn? No, I ain't lose Glenn.
Nah, he there.
Oh, okay.
Nah, that's me. I'm saying Mike is cooler than the other side of the
Yeah,
pillow, man.
El sure is definitely. All right. So who gets your overall game ball? Because we should be shut. It's 12:19. We can't have folks out here all night. So and all right, I took off work though, so I'm good. Like I knew what time it was for
Same,
me.
ditto.
I'm working
Hey,
at
I
home.
got wrestling practice at 7 o'clock
I
in the
took
morning.
off. I knew either way. I was gonna be too pissed off to go to work or too happy to go to work.
I'm working from home.
So I'm gonna start with you. I'm gonna start with you, DH. Who gets your overall game ball?
Man, so at times I've been called Captain Obvious, right?
Mhm.
But
Sometimes
I
you
think it's been fitting because let me tell you something. Jayden Daniels has proved to the world that he is here to stay. He's an elite level quarterback. He's playing years. He's playing years above what he should be playing. Even when it looks tough, he's still the most confident guy out there in the field. He never falters. He always stays connected and stays into the game. My man got a war wound today, bro. He got his face gashed in. I thought this was Starcade, bro. At the Greensboro Coliseum, that is Starcade.
Go ahead, chill out.
I'm gonna have you bleeding like a stuck pig, Ric Flair. Okay, I thought he had him. I thought he had him, but I'm gonna give the game ball to JD5, man.
I like that JD5. I like that.
His game is steadily rising. The world now knows who Jayden Daniels is. If they didn't know before, they know who he is. And every time he's on the field, he gives us an opportunity to win the ball game. So my game ball is going to Jayden Daniels.
All right, what about
Jayden Daniels bled. Jayden Daniels paid the price. Jayden Daniels sweat, and now Washington's going to walk that aisle one more time.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Hey, George, is that yours too? You JD5?
You know what? I got to give it to Dyami Brown.
Everybody's with it.
Get the best. Because like everybody else, I'd have just about give up on him too before this year. But going back to what you said, Wole, it's so true. remember that preseason game and that throw JD made in preseason that had us all going, ooh. It was to Dyami Brown, wasn't it?
Yep.
And he always had that connection with him. We just had to give him a chance. And now you're right. He's not just a guy who can run a 9. He can do a lot of other things too. Never mind the fact that he threw a perfect throw last week and the guy dropped it. Tar Heels. I never thought I'd speak well about a Tar Heel in my life. But Dyami Brown, you get my game ball. You are in my good books for a long time.
You love it, George. You love it.
Hey, Glenn, your game ball, bro.
Man, my game ball has to go to Terry McLaurin. I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh man, he's a dog.
I'm gonna tell you why. It's 4th and 2. Who else is gonna get the football in the end zone?
Who else gonna do it? Who you believe?
Who else is gonna make themselves get open? Right? Who else is he gonna look for in the end zone? So I have to give it. In this case, I have to give it to Terry McLaurin. You guys said JD5. My second runner had to be Austin Eckler.
Yeah, you got a lot. You got a lot of Ecklers out here.
Yeah,
Trey's got Eckler. Mike, we're talking about Eckler in his catch. Man, like a lot of people got Eckler.
Big.
Mike got Eckler. Yeah, definitely.
So catch was big, but Jay, if I had to give one, it would be Terry McLaurin tonight. Big catch early, and then the touchdown late to give them the lead and seal, and kind of seal it.
Dude, I ain't sleeping at all, bro. I don't know what to do. I may go out tonight. I don't know what to do today, man. I'm about to get in trouble. I don't know, man. I can't hold it. There's a lot of things that can happen tonight. I want
to say this real quick. Go
ahead, Glenn. Let it all out. Yeah.
Yo, the last 4 games, 4 winning drives when Jayden Daniels had the ball in his hands. The last 4 games, it came down to the last drive, and JD5 has had the ball in his hands.
Not to lie, you're not counting the Dallas game, right?
I'm not counting the Dallas game.
Okay,
not counting the Dallas. The ones that he finished.
Got you.
The ones that he finished, it was 4, and he got the game. I mean, we know Marcus Mariota did the Dallas game, but he has 4 game-winning drives in overtime. Game.
He had to get extra first downs to get them to exhaust all their timeouts, which makes that drive even greater in my opinion.
I'm glad you said that, George. That run is the fake handoff, and then the run.
Oh man, the run desire.
Right there, and the desire for it to know where the
stayed in bounds
and know where the sticks were and dive after he got the first down to keep the clock running.
Yes,
come on, you can't.
Man, Zach is clutch though. Zach Ertz is very clutch. That was a
Zach is clutch
up here.
I hope they keep Zach for 1 year.
Me too. Timothy.
Yes.
Goes to Zane Gonzalez for making the kick.
Yes.
At the end of the day, he made his kick, man.
3 for 3.
Trying to miss that for though.
Oh, he would. Oh, I mean, he made it. So I told him to stay positive. He made it. So I'm gonna stay positive. But yeah, I'm not good. Just because somebody chose my pick, I ain't gonna go away from it's Dyami Brown. I know what I wanted to say. It's Dyami. Dyami's gets my game ball. Dyami deserves it. You know what I mean? I'm so happy for him, man. For real. It's just that you see, like you read these tweets, man, like Redskin Commanders social media could be cruel. They can be cruel. And that not a lot of people put things into context. You know what I'm saying? So, and not knowing that, what ability somebody may have. You know what I'm saying? So, and just because you see it, you don't see what you want to see, you're going to say like, all right, he's not this person. But some people are in more advantageous situations than him compared to him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad now he has a quarterback, and he's getting the opportunity. Now he's getting the reps to show you what he can do. And you saw it today. Like, there's one thing that's very important. Like, when you can do this with the brightest lights, a playoff game, that lets you know that you can do it against anybody and anywhere. You know what I mean? And I've said this, like, it's similar to, like, I do a Raven show too as well, but it's similar to how people talk about Rashad Bateman. Look at the numbers he's putting up too, because Lamar has gotten better. His game gets better at the same time. So same thing, Jayden, and I think they should keep Dyami because he's going to be on a bargain, and Dyami could be even better with Jayden for another year. So you can for another year, and that's going to make Dyami a better player. Dyami had his career high here, man. He has career high with 89 receiving yards, I believe.
Yeah, five catches for 89 yards.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and a touchdown. Like, come on, man. And it wasn't just a deep play ball. You know what I mean? A lot of people, we would always look, oh, Dyami just got that bomb, and that's made his stats tight. That was doing it every which way you can in the route tree, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. Him and Terry both had 89 receiving yards on the nose.
You know what I mean? So I'm just happy for the dude, man. Just sometimes you just look at it and like, yeah, man, you deserve this. Like, you deserve this moment. And that, to me, I think more than anything, because I think real talk, if I had to like really put a game ball, it probably would go to Terry McLaurin. But for somebody who deserves this moment, for the fans to now kind of jump on the bandwagon and be a believer of Dyami Brown, I think he deserves it more than anything.
Sure.
What did Paul say? Yeah, he needs to be active. C-Rod needs to be active. He needs to be active. Like, yeah. Yeah.
We'll save the other stuff about number 8 during the week, because it's gonna be mentioned. That's gonna be the one glaring thing that's gonna be mentioned this week on every podcast and every sports talk show.
Yeah, I like number 8. I'm a big Brian Robinson supporter.
It is not 8's fault. It's the offensive line fault. It is not 8's fault.
I agree, but they're gonna talk about 8 because we've seen 8 perform very well this year, and when the O-line has not played to elite levels at all this year, but 8 still played well in spite of that. In the past few times, he haven't been able to do it.
But when you get if those guys, the junkies, and all these people talk about 8 today, and that it is hard to run when you got 8 in the box. I'm sorry. When you have 8 in the box and they blitzing, it is hard to run the football. That's why some of the slants were open tonight. That's why the quick stuff was open tonight. That's why you get to slip the back out. I don't care if anybody who knows anything about football, when you put 8 in the box, it is hard to have a running game established. And they felt they were going to shut it down the run tonight. And somebody said, well, the quarterback ran. When you put 8 in the box, there's nobody accounting for the quarterback.
The quarterback had to earn all his yards, and it's also hard to run when both your tackles are getting their butt kicked, and they both got their butt kicked tonight.
Indian Lake, Ohio said, did Jayden get that cut on a late hit that wasn't called? I didn't see it. How did he get the cut?
I don't know where he got it at, and because you look at where it is, you look at where it is on his face, like it should have been.
This is true though.
They got right up underneath his visor. So I'm not
this
sure.
Is why I do agree with Trez. I've seen this. Like, he's hesitating a little bit too much for me. And Robinson, I agree.
It's got to be one cut and downhill, bro. It's got to be just get to it. Like whatever it is, just get to it. I think that's what sets him apart from Chris Rodriguez, because Chris Rodriguez runs with some urgency. Chris Rodriguez runs like a guy who's been up and down on the roster for years, right? He runs like he really wants to stay on his roster. You know what I mean? And I do think he has the stick and stay ability, because I told you, the second half hammer. That's Chris Rodriguez to me. When we need a lead, Chris Rodriguez is a second half guy that can really tote the ball. And this week, you saw that was kind of Austin Eckler in the second half for them. Yeah. I think Chris Rodriguez definitely should be up next week, regardless of what happens. He needs to be up.
Yeah, he should be up. I ain't gonna hold you. He should be up. Period. Because I just don't think. McNichols is cool, but when you have when you have Eckler, I don't think you need McNichols. That's just my opinion. Like when you have Eckler out there, there's no real need for McNichols. Dujane said, let's not forget Bucs are tops in the league in stopping the run. They are, because Villaverde is a beast. That's what they do best, but that pass coverage is not good. They thought they would trick the young bull, not this guy. Definitely couldn't. Some
of those throws Jayden made. Honestly, maybe his best throw of the night was the one where that DB made a great play and knocked it out of McLaurin's hands. Otherwise, it would have been a touchdown. I mean, that throw there. Come on, folks. This is this level of quarterbacking that we're getting out of a rookie. Again, I can't find the words anymore. Because how else can you describe how many different adjectives, how many different synonyms can you use for just utter and complete brilliance that Jayden Daniels has given us? And again, he gets the ball with 4:41 left, knowing that you probably better not give this ball back to Baker Mayfield. And he goes and just calmly matriculates this ball down the field and gets us in position, runs the clock out, and we win. It's just the level is up.
George.
I want to read this tweet, this comment quick. Say less podcast says B-Rob, just don't look into the game. Just look into the game at all. I don't think his health seems like he's just not into football mind elsewhere. Oh, his mind is elsewhere. I don't.
Not as bad as AJ Brown was earlier.
Yeah, today. AJ Brown is something. I think B-Rob is worried about fumbling. That's what I think for real. But that's my opinion.
One game.
Go ahead, DH. Sorry. Go ahead.
So George, you mentioned that 4:41, right? With the 4:41 on the clock, I tweeted this, man. I said 4:41 in the fourth quarter. Season lasts another week or ends tonight. I'm 100% a basket case of emotions right now, because that's how I was, bro. literally watching that, it was to the point where I was like, all right, we either gonna win or we not gonna win. And like you said, Jayden had the ball last, and then that last drive of them converting and then running out the clock and then kicking the field goal with the walk-off shot. Like, we're not giving you the ball back. We're going to convert. That's the one run where he stayed in bounds. Austin Eckler with a great play on that drive. The team just looked like a well-oiled machine on that last drive. And it was just, that's when the doubt started creeping in, right? That's when I started to think that, oh man, it's not going to end well, because I'm like, we're too careless. And then Jayden, remember on the last play where he moved it to the left hash, he kind of lost a couple yards, and I was like, oh man, I hope we don't miss it by that much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like,
oh shoot,
that's the old fan doubt coming in, right? But it just went down the field, got close enough in field goal range, and made it. I think it was a 37-yarder to win the game.
Yeah, it was like a night. Yeah,
made the field goal. You know, it doinked. And let me tell you something. That doink was so loud, like it was quiet here. I stopped breathing for a second, and that's boom, and bounced in. I was like, oh my God. I just couldn't believe it, bro. And Glenn saw me up here jumping, bro. Glenn, I was over here jumping like crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. To me, I mean, that's how I was excited, man. Like I said, one of your favorite moments is when you realize that, you know what, your team that you root for has
what's going on.
Right? It's done something more than anybody else said it could do. And that's what you love to see.
Wins last year. 4 wins.
I remind you, this is hilarious. He said B-Rob runs high like Forrest Gump and has vision like Stevie Wonder. Chill out, bro. Chill out. Chill out. Chill out. Chill out, man. Chill out. Hey, but y'all know what? We good now. We can decompress. We can relax. We about to end this show off, but just know we going to Detroit, man. You know what I'm saying? This the home of BMF. We gonna chill with Big B, you know, Little Meech. You know what I'm saying? It's a great time, man. It's a great time. We should all be happy. Daniel Carter said, I was 10 years old the last time they did this. Never thought they would do this again. Yeah, man. That's wild, man.
Shout out to you for getting older, Dan.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that folks haven't seen, like, you know, because I was in the sixth grade. I was in sixth grade when they won in 91. And I remember everything about 91. That thing was special. So a lot of folks haven't. And even I've seen, you know, the Brad Johnson years when we beat Detroit that was the wild card round. Yeah, the wild card round. And we hosted it.
And should have beat Tampa, but we're not going to talk about that. Yeah, I know that.
Conway, the bad snap. Don't get it twisted.
Wally, I was in first grade, bro, in 91.
Yeah,
like,
so I remember a lot. Like 90. I mean, the Brad Johnson, when Brad Johnson got here for his first year, man, with Albert Cano and Michael, man, that team was nasty.
That's a good team. That's a good ball.
Stephen Davis, that team was nasty, bro.
I just want to say we're going to turn 8 Mile into Sesame Street next week. That's what we're going to do.
Hey, I'll be careful, 8 Mile, man.
Yeah, be careful.
Be careful, 8 Mile.
Really, west of 7 Mile, you got to worry about, bro.
Yeah, I know, for real.
I love Detroit. Yeah. Detroit, cool.
81, baby. Yeah, dude, you like me at 81, baby. Yeah. Y'all be careful out there, man. Be careful. You know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to go sightseeing and seeing like places with Meeches to hang out and stuff, man. Y'all better be careful out here.
You end up in West, bro. Good luck.
Yeah, man. Good luck. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be careful. The folks are going to Detroit.
A lot of
what they do in Detroit. I got a friend. I got a coworker who lives in Detroit. I should go to Detroit.
There's a lot of things you can do in Detroit.
Hey, I told you, bro, like for real, like even 2 years ago, like the city has done a lot. Like
they've done a lot,
upgraded a whole lot. So it's a good city, man. And the one thing about Detroit that, like, Detroit is kind of to themselves, bro. They don't bother you, bro. Like, unless you bother them. So if you come in there on some BS and you bother them, good luck. But they ain't gonna bother you unless you bother them. But Detroit is a good city, a hard-working city. But I'm definitely hoping that them getting further in the playoffs is not done this year. I want us to go up there and shut it down, and we got to get out of it quick.
Yeah, before I end the show, I'm trying to get some of y'all some love. Daniel said, I don't know if we beat Detroit next week, but regardless, I'm just happy to be here, man. Me too, man. Certainly will be competitive given how banged up Detroit's defense is. That's a good point, though. They are banged up. Brad Johnson isn't JD5. There is no, it's not. But that Brad Johnson was airing that thing out though, and you should go back.
And Brad Johnson's
you had to be there, man. Timothy, you had to be there. Timothy, you had to be there, bro.
Our
That
offensive line was
defense
good.
that year was
Yeah.
terrible. We had a great
We had
offense. and no
we had
defense that
Trey
year.
Davis,
Johnson. We had Trey
Steven Davis
Johnson.
at running back was amazing.
Yeah, you had to be
Yes.
there, man. It was a vibe.
Yeah, when
It was
Michael
a
Westbrook
vibe.
wasn't punching him out.
Right.
Oh, no, I heard about that. I heard that he wanted to kill Michael Westbrook.
Yeah, well,
I heard
Michael
about
Westbrook like clocked him when he wasn't looking.
I heard that was a sneak attack. That's what I've heard.
Really?
It was.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It was a sneak attack.
I remember seeing the video of that, man. He had mounted
No,
him,
if you
bro.
look at it, he
stealing
was
him, bro.
over. If you look at how he was angled, it looked like a sneak attack because he wasn't from the front. I mean, not pause. It was from the back. Pause.
But he had
Steven
mounted
Davis
him, bro.
was a
No,
stud
he
that
mounted him
year.
on the
Oh
back.
my
He
God.
wasn't face. Pause again. It wasn't face out. He was on his back.
It's off the rails,
It
bro.
didn't
We
sound
want,
right.
we want a playoff game. Nobody knows how to speak properly anymore.
I know, man. It sucks, man. You want to play? You can't.
Oh, and let's just say this too. From the last time we won a playoff game, Sean Taylor taking that ball in the end zone.
Oh man, that was
what
tough,
a great memory that
Tampa,
is.
right?
Yes.
Memories. Now we have so many memories in Tampa. Thank you, Tampa.
Shout
One
out.
of y'all know what? Who was on our live stream? Was that last week? It was a Tampa fan.
Oh yeah, they
there
talked
was
about
a guy
that. Said we wasn't gonna beat him
reckless.
last. Yeah,
Yeah,
said we wasn't gonna beat
man.
him.
Look at you, man. You weren't reckless though. You were respectful though. But
Hey, the defense did have a stop, right? Wouldn't it like they was on the Washington 12-yard line?
They held him to a field goal.
We held him to a
It
field
held
goal.
him to a
There's a
field goal,
couple
right?
red zone stops for us.
Yeah, red zone stop. So shout out to the defense with the
Yeah,
red
it
zone
was a sucker
stop.
punch. It was a sucker. He sucker punched though. Yeah, he did. He sure
Yeah.
did.
We sucker punched Tampa Bay this week.
Yeah, man. So
In the face.
In the face. In the face.
In the face, Eddie. In the face.
In the face, Eddie. In the face. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for pulling up. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Y'all know we back here next. We're gonna be back here next week with a pregame, postgame. So you already know.
Another week of shows, bro. What?
Yeah, man.
What's
Who
going
would
on
have
with
thunk,
life?
man? Who would have thunk that we still gonna be doing this, right?
Right.
All the way, man. Could we be doing this all the way to New Orleans? Who knows?
Oh my God,
Could
we're
it?
doing shows to February, bro. Come on.
What? Hey, y'all, subscribe to our podcast on
families.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search All Burgundy and Go Everything. Also tweet us at ABG_everything. Hit us up on IG and TikTok at ABG_everything. Make sure you subscribe to our All Burgundy and Go Everything YouTube channel. Also, subscribe to the Breaking Command Entertainment YouTube channel as well. Hit that red subscribe button. Also, like the video. All right, man, this has been dope, man. I'm trying to get my bearings together because, I'm exhausted mentally, but should I hit the streets? I don't know, man. I don't know the streets ready for me. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Anyway, you've been listening to All Burgundy and Go Everything, powered by the Urban Sports State Fox Sports Radio, 96.9 FM at 1340 AM, Hopewell, Virginia, for ages. You dig? Deuces. We in the division playoffs, man. Y'all can't tell me nothing. We out.